It's story time. Story time. Let's read a story time. Story time. I'm geek the story time. Story time. You and me, it's story time. Story time. Let's achieve. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Story Time with me, Kayla. How are you all doing on this beautiful sunny Sunday? I hope you are doing well. And of course, as always, please making sure to please still stay safe. Now today, we have another special author feature. Today, we will take a look at a book from author Frenchaire Gardner. She is from Dallas, Texas, and is a serial entrepreneur who loves to create and design. And today, we get to read one of her children's books. And so, without further ado, the book we'll be reading tonight is called Mommy and Daddy, Do You Still Love Me Anymore? Written by Frenchaire Gardner. You ready to see what this book is about? Ready, set, let's begin. Mommy and Daddy, Do You Still Love Me Anymore? Written by Frenchaire Gardner and art by Dail Chambers. Here we go. You know, a mother's love and a daddy's love is forever and always there. Hey, she signed it for us. It says Dream Big. Thank you so much. We always appreciate an autographed copy. You know, I was listening to the podcast of Miss Frenchaire, and this book is dedicated to her 4 babies: Sarai, Frenchaire 2, Melchizedek, Malcolm X, Joseph Jr., and her mama, Miss Gardner. And she loves you all so very much. Now, before we get into it, this book does mention foster homes, adoption, and poverty. All right, you all ready to jump straight to it? Here we go. Let's begin. Our family was always together happily. We had so much fun. We ran around in the yard and sang songs in the street. People would approach us with their arms stretched out wide, offering caresses, candy, or even clothes. They called us Indigo Kids. Look at those smiling faces. One thing is for sure, our family did things our own way. One of us was even born on the city bus. I guess Melchizedek just couldn't wait to join our family. His birth announcement even made the newspaper. That is definitely one way to enter this world. It's unforgettable for sure. No matter what, our family always stuck together. First, it was just us 3, Mommy, Daddy, and me. Then came my sister, Frenchaire 2, my brother, Melchizedek, and finally, baby Sarai. Daddy always cooked our meals, and you played with us. There was always something to do, reading lots of books, practicing words and our ABCs, and learning our numbers. If love were money, we would have been millionaires. Mommy worried a lot about money. Sometimes we didn't have gas, lights, or even water in our house. When that happened, we'd barbecue outside. We go on scavenger hunts and find places to fill up water jugs so we can drink, cook, and stay clean. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Time flies when you're having fun, especially tough times. We had a blast gathering wood and twigs to light and build fires for Daddy to use for cooking breakfast, lunch, or dinner. We'd all gather around, laughing and singing. Mama called it camping. See, you gotta take what you got and make the best of it. You could take a negative situation, a bad experience, and turn it into a positive. When things got really tough, Mommy would ask people for money so we could eat or so she could buy diapers and pay for a day in a hotel. Wherever she stood, we were right there by her side. And even though we were too young to know exactly what was happening, we knew we were loved by Mommy and Daddy and so many others. You know, really at the end of the day, love is what keeps us going, keeps us doing what we need to do to survive. Even though they told us kids not to argue and fight, Mommy and Daddy did all the time. They argued way too much, so much that we get scared that someone would get hurt or taken away to adult timeout jail. But when Mommy and Daddy were working, things were better and the days seemed much brighter. We'd shop for new clothes and have special treats. Then hard times would hit again, and we'd be back in long lines. Some of them seemed like they'd never end. They were lines to eat, lines to just pick up food, and lines for clothes. We'd count people and play games to pass the time. So they was going out to their community to get some assistance for food and clothes. No matter the situation, Mommy and Daddy made every day an adventure. We jammed to tunes playing on the radio that was attached to baby Sarai's stroller. It was so much fun. See, they're taking something negative and turning it into positive. Even though adults tell kids not to fuss and fight, sometimes they do it themselves. And that was the case with Mommy and Daddy. Even though no one liked it when it happened. Sometimes when the arguments were too long or loud, Mommy or Daddy had to go to something like adult timeout, a place called jail. Mommy told us to always go where the love is. So that's what we did. We moved. We had each other and our new puppy. We didn't see Daddy so much around that time, but we saw plenty of Grandma and Grandpa who would watch us while Mommy worked. And I'm sure Grandma and Grandpa gave all of that same love too. We had our new routine down packed. First breakfast, then brushing our teeth and getting dressed. Then it was off to school while Mommy worked. Then she'd pick us up from school and we'd catch the bus home. One day, while on our way to see the doctor, Daddy showed up at the bus stop. We were so excited to see him. It had been so long. They're happy. But wait. Because Mommy and Daddy argued so much, a judge gave them lots of rules to follow for themselves and for us. One rule was that we weren't supposed to see our father. There were people called social workers who checked up on our family to make sure we were all right and that our parents were following the rules. After the social worker found out we'd seen our dad, the biggest change of all came. One afternoon, the social worker picked all 4 of us up from daycare instead of Mommy. From then on, we stayed in different homes with people who wanted to care for us. Some were really kind, others not so much. We still kept in touch with Mommy the whole time and spoke to her on the computer once a week. She'd ask us all about the interesting stuff, how were we doing, what we learned in school, and our friends' names. We mostly asked about our daddy. Eventually, different foster homes became just one. Mommy was the one to tell us that someone in another state had adopted us, and we would be starting a brand new life. We all felt so much, too much to put into words. Mommy assured us, time and space cannot separate us. We are one. I am you and you are me. And I love you no matter where you are. That was 7 years ago. We're all growing and changing and learning so much at school. Sometimes when things are quiet, we all wonder, Mommy and Daddy, do you all love us still? And even though she's not right next to us every single day, we can feel Mommy's words echo in our hearts. Time and space cannot separate us. We are one. I am you and you are me. And I love you no matter where you are. The end. Yes, K. Crew. Wasn't such a wonderful story. Now, I hope you all enjoy reading this book as much as I did. To find your copy, make sure to head on over to her website, and you can also find this book on Amazon. And of course, also be sure to follow on social media. A big thank you to Frenchaire for my copy, and also I want to give a shout out to all your friends and family watching. Hey everyone! And K-Crew, of course, I want to thank you as well for joining me. But now, it's time to say goodbye. You ready? Here we go. I know. Goodbye, 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 goodbye. My friends, goodbye to you. I hope to see you again real soon. Be proud of all your work tonight. Now climb into bed and see for a sight. On the count of 3, let's say goodnight. 1, 2, 3. Good night.